What's up, guys? Apoxis here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a long-awaited video that a couple of you have asked for. Throughout the days that console port has been active, countless people have always asked, can you port console port to a private server, to vanilla, to Burning Crusade? And the simple answer is no. We can't do that. It's much too difficult. The code used to make console port this doesn't work with older versions of WoW, but that doesn't mean you can't use your controller on older versions of WoW, and that's what I'm going to be showing you guys how to do today. I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up controller use for vanilla Burning Crusade WoW. So, of course you can use your WoW mapper. You go into your settings, your key bindings, manually define key bindings, and that'll work just fine. But what I like to do is I like to keep that just bare minimum for console port, so they both stay kind of synced up together. Plus, WoW Mapper doesn't do everything that I exactly need it to for old school WoW. So the program that I use all the time is Xpadder. Xpadder has a couple things here or there that I like to use, and basically you'll go ahead and download this. Get it from wherever you want. And the first thing you want to do is head over to the Xpadder forums. They'll have, under Xpadder forums, they'll have controller images. Just go there, pick the sub-forum that you want, Xbox 360. For me, I'll be using official Xbox One. And what you do is you just come in here, click copy image. Then you go into your Xpadder. Already have that up. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and click on a new one, make a new layout. It's gonna open up this screen: controller settings, controller Xbox One for Windows. We're just gonna click paste. It's gonna paste that in there. And that's all you gotta do for that. Now we're gonna go ahead and add our sticks. So go ahead and get your Xbox controller ready, or whatever controller you're gonna use. And go ahead and enable the stick. It's going to tell you to push left, then push up, and there you go. Just take that and move it over the stick. Same thing for this one. Left, up, and there it is. Let's move it over this. Done. Now I go to D-pad. Enabled. It's going to tell me push up on D-pad. Down, left, right. Let's go ahead and move it over that. Done with that. And now buttons. Buttons is where we have a little bit of fun. Because buttons, you just press a button on your controller and it adds a button to the profile. So I'm going to go ahead and press X. You'll see this pops up. Take it, drag it over. Y. Same thing. B. Same thing, move it over. A. And you'll continue this with all the buttons. This will be left bumper. We'll move you up to right there. Right bumper. We'll move you up to right there. Back button. Right here. And escape button. Or pause button, whatever, which will go right there. You can press your home button and add one right there, but what I've found is that on the Xbox One controller, oftentimes it just doesn't work. Whatever you have bound there, it just doesn't work. I've tried it many times and it hasn't worked for me. I'm not quite sure why. It might work with the PlayStation home button. It might work with Xbox 360, but I haven't been able to get it to work with my Xbox One controller. So we're done with all of those buttons. Now I go to triggers, enabled, and it says hold left trigger, hold right trigger, and it automatically adds them. And now that's all we have to do for that. We have our profile set up. So now we have to bind all of our keys to these buttons, because right now these buttons are just blank. They don't do anything. So the way that I have it set up to be the most congruous with console port and Legion, or whatever, is I have my X button set to 1, Y is 2, B is 3, A is space, left bumper is 4, right bumper is 5. Left on D-pad is going to be 6, 7, 8, 9. I always have my start as escape, and I always have my back button as whatever the map is. I'm just going to assume it's M for right now. Should be. I don't know. Left trigger is going to be shift. Right trigger is going to be control. Then we have our left thumbstick. You'll see this little button right here with a wrench. Open it, and it's going to be your general WSAD. Down here, for the right thumbstick, click this, and it's just going to be your standard mouse normal. So now, you can go ahead and take your controller and see that it is now working. And you can see it working on Xpadder as well, with these lighting up. Same with WASD and all this. So, I have that set up. Now the only thing you have left to do is go into the game and set up your keybinds to the way you like it. So, something that we can do, I'll go ahead and show you, is hop into Elysium. That'd be easiest, right? So, my program files here. We have vanilla WoW. Open up WoW. Log in. And there we go. Now we're in, and we can go in and check our keybinds. Okay, so for World of Warcraft in particular, I don't use WASD as movement. I use WQED. QE. So what that does is it allows me to strafe. And it also allows me to unbind my A and D keys, which I use for other things. So, next, one of the things that I actually forgot to do, wow. Let's go ahead and go back in here, because we have more buttons to press. We can go back in, and left thumbstick button, which I will drag to right there, and right thumbstick button, which I will drag to right there. Okay. Now this will be left mouse click, and this will be right mouse click, because sometimes you just need to do that. Now, the thing that I get to do to make looting and stuff work, because you'll notice that when you're in here playing, you can click your right thumbstick, but the mouse won't go away. And this is why I really like Xpadder for this, because I can go in here, right click it, I can set it to toggle. And now I can click my right thumbstick and it goes away. And I can just use my right thumbstick as normal. And then if I need to bring it back up, I just click my right thumbstick again, and there it is. Whenever I'm doing looting this way, it does require a double click on your right thumbstick to get it to work, but you can do it that way. So this way, I don't have to worry about holding down a thumbstick to use my my camera. Another thing you can do is you can come in under your right thumbstick, your camera controls, click this, go to mouse settings. This is going to be your sensitivity. Click move together, and you can drag it up just a little bit. 48 should be better. Go ahead and do this. And yeah, you can see we're already turning much quicker. It can still go up a little bit as well, which that can also be adjusted in your interface options. And you can adjust that to however you wish. Now the only thing that's left for you to do is to go into your key bindings and bring up your Xpadder and make sure everything exactly how you want it. Like, for instance, my map is not bound to M. So I would have to go in here and find what my map is bound to. Interface panel functions. Toggle world map pane. For some reason it's on Shift B. But I'm sure there's a good reason for that. Because I already had a WoW Xbox One profile set up. And I had this on B. Okay, that's why. Because now, with my back button, I can open my bags, and then I just do Shift B, and it opens the map. And then I also have Control B as zoom out, Shift Control B as zoom in. And then, of course, my Start button is my escape. And of course, once you get this profile set up, you can see that everything is fairly similar. All you have to do is just go into your key bindings and make sure everything is bound exactly the way you want it. At this point, it's just personal customization. You don't have to follow my profile anymore. This is set up to work for me. It looks like my guild on here was looking for a Dire Maul tribute run, which I would love to indulge you guys in, but unfortunately, vanilla dungeon runs take forever, so I'm not going to be doing that. I'm sorry. I might do one later for you guys to show you how everything works. But for now, that's been the guide to getting Xpadder to work with old school WoW. And getting your controller to work on private servers. Of course, this profile that you made will work on any version of the private servers. This will even work on live retail WoW servers. You could use this setup with console port if you wanted to. But I don't generally use Xpadder with console port because I don't need to. WoW Mapper and console port work together just too well for me to have to use Xpadder. Some people have to use other programs for it, but as long as WoW Mapper will work with your console port, there's no need to use anything else on Legion servers. But for now, that's been this little guide tutorial thing. Hope you guys found it interesting. Hope you guys found it helpful. And if I've missed anything, if you guys are confused about anything, feel free to ask a question about it, either in the video here or in the console port Discord, and I'll be happy to answer. Anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys later.